called to the Honourable the Deputy Leader of the Opposition.
My question is to the Minister for Immigration. Among the hardcore criminals released into the Australian community by the Albanese Labor government are brothers Juma and Zachariah Chol. They have been in detention since 2014, where they've been held for fracturing a man's skull with a baseball bat. Their visas were cancelled by the former coalition government. The minister has had 6 months to respond and to draft legislation which would have prevented these individuals being released. Why did he fail to act for the safety of Australians?
I just want to hear from the Leader of the House to make sure we get this question right. Hear from the Leader of the House.
Thanks, Mr Speaker. There was a ruling you made earlier in the week with respect to the fact of the High Court's role in this, and questions previously were adjusted as a result.
To assist the House, if the Deputy Leader can just phrase it consistent as we did the other day.
Well, on the point of order.
On the point of order.
Well, on the point of order, Mr Speaker, just so that we're very clear here of the circumstances, the minister has a personal decision to make in relation to each of the individuals. Now, in the Solicitor General's submission to the High Court in relation to this matter, 92 cases were referred to. So, to put beyond doubt the minister's responsibility here, the minister has taken a decision originally to release 82 of the 92. He's now released 2 further individuals, so 84 out of the 92 have been released. The minister is exercising his discretion to retain 8 in custody. It is an important point, Mr Speaker, because it goes to the very point made by the Leader of the House. This is a decision that ultimately is made by the Minister for Immigration. And so, therefore, the proposition put to you by the Leader of the House is completely and utterly fallacious. So
that's not a point of order. It's going further than the question. We dealt with this issue the other day for consistency, and the Deputy Leader has indicated she's happy to rephrase the question. Just to assist the House, to make sure the question is within order.
There is no basis on which you can rule that the question is out of order.
The Leader of the House.
Yeah, thanks, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, to the point of order, you made a ruling a couple of days ago on this. The ruling once made, the ruling asked the member to rephrase the question. That was what the Speaker ruled should happen. That was not contested by anyone. It's simply a case of including in the question the reference to the High Court, and then question time can move on.
At the time when I made that decision, it was complied with. There was no contest or question at the time, and I'm just asking to assist the House so we can deal with the question, so we can have the answer, and the minute.
Add to it, Mr Speaker.
The Leader of the Opposition on the point of order.
Well, Mr Speaker, it's always our instinctive default position to be of assistance to you and to the good order of this House.
Order, members on my right.
Demonstrated our very significant track record in that regard. However, Mr Speaker, on this occasion, what we're being asked of here is that the Leader of the House, for his own political purposes, dictate the composition of our questions, and that is not something that we will tolerate. If your ruling is that this question is out of order, then that is a ruling that is open to you. But I put to you, Mr Speaker, that the question is in order, it's in accord with the standing orders, and it reflects the reality given the minister's personal decision-making capacity in relation to the 84, the other 8 that are under consideration now, and as it turns out, we're advised today, another 340 hardened criminals likely to be released beyond the 92.
Let me hear the question again, as was read. Yeah.
My question is to the Minister for Immigration. Among the hardcore criminals released into the Australian community under the Albanese Labor government are brothers Juma and Zachariah Chol. They've been in detention since 2014, where they've been held for fracturing a man's skull with a baseball bat. Their visas were cancelled by the coalition government. The minister has had 6 months to respond and to draft legislation which would have prevented these individuals being released. Why did the minister fail to act?
I'll allow the question. The minister has the call.
Thank you very much, Speaker, and I thank the Deputy Leader of the Liberal Party for her question. Safety of the community has been and remains the utmost priority of this government. That was the case before the decision of the High Court, which was on Wednesday of last week, and that is why today we have introduced urgent legislation to strengthen visa restrictions and impose criminal penalties on non-citizens where necessary to keep Australians safe. All of us in this place and in the other place have a decision to make later on today, whether we can work together to keep communities safer or stand in the way of swift and effective action. This shouldn't be a difficult choice. This legislation should be above politics, should be the response, as should be the response more broadly. And I want to make one additional point. Starting well before the decision was handed down, our border protection and our law enforcement agencies have been working to make sure the toughest possible conditions were in place.
Order. Member for McEwen will cease interjecting.